His games.
Okay, welcome. We're recording. We're ready to go. Facebook won't stop us. So tonight we are going to be, hey everybody, seeing your faces, seeing you jump on. We are going to be going deep into creating viral social media posts, viral conversations on your Facebook, because that's where we're focusing. I do want to stress, and Janessa brought this up to me the other day, talking about other social networks and other apps and other like social media networks where you can be using the exact same structures, the exact same formula. You know, all of this will work on Instagram. All of this will work on Pinterest and these other sites where you can use your story to just put those other fishing poles out there. So the reason that I'm focused on Facebook in this boot camp is because Facebook is like gravity to many of us. It's something we're comfortable with. It's something that is easy, and it's not too technically out there. It's not too much of a stretch. So I'm going to go over here. Let's see. I'm just going to share my whole screen. And I've taken over Toby's Facebook here. So let's get into it. Boom. Session number 3. Okay, so mastering social media. This is the skill set that will pay you over and over again. This is the skill set that when, a company shut down or when a company terminated me, I was still able to have a thriving business because I mastered these concepts and these techniques. So we're going to talk tonight about how to get viral conversation out of your Facebook Lives. So if you guys are doing Facebook Lives, or if you're thinking about Facebook Lives, don't do them until you go through this training, okay? And my exact cheat sheet for doubling, tripling your comments on your Facebook Lives. We're going to talk about ninja tagging strategy, so how to tag people that will hook in your friends' friends on Facebook, which is really ninja. Creating big noise using a simple strategy that I believe personally every single team that's trying to build any kind of business on Facebook should be using, but they're not because they just don't know. So we are ahead of the curve. And you're going to get the exact templates to get your audience asking what you have and literally like banging down your Facebook door to get it. And this is one of my favorites, how to turn Facebook groups full of spammers into a hot lead source. And I have a cheat sheet that one of our TTO members created for you that he's just been crushing it with this strategy. So I'm really pumped for him to share that with you. And our Secret Ninja Facebook group strategy that actually brought in, when Jennifer shares, it actually brought in, I think it was like 134 comments of people saying more info, right? More info. And that's exactly what we want. So we're going to get right into it. Ninja strategy number 1. Okay, you guys ready for it? Who else wants to know how to instantly build trust and engagement with your audience on Facebook and ethically hack their Facebook friends, okay? Ethically, without annoying people or anybody get those like tags of, who knows, like I think somebody tagged me and it was like 76 people were tagged in it, something about their business, and that kind of stuff just annoys people, right? So we're gonna do it in an ethical way that's not going to annoy our audience. So number 1 thing, okay, and this is, I'm just like my brain instantly looks at the privacy settings of people's posts, and I see people, they write these awesome story posts, or they have these amazing before and after posts, and they're not set to public. Okay, so who here that's watching, and you can just kind of like become a bobblehead as you're listening, who here wants to attract people that you don't know, right? People outside of your friends and family. Yes, you do. Okay, so we are creepers by human nature. So if you want your friends, if you want people that you don't know to start seeing your posts and to reach out to you and inbox you and message you and comment on your stuff, then you have to show them what you're doing. And especially in these strategies that we're going to be showing you guys, this ninja stuff inside the Facebook groups, when you, like, people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So if they have found you randomly in a Facebook group with the strategies that we're showing tonight, what are they going to do before they respond to your message or before they buy your stuff, before they watch your video? They are going to creep you. Okay, so if your posts are currently set to friends only, here you can see on the right, public, friends, or some custom ones that you can create, then when they go to your wall to check you out, to creep you, there's not going to be anything there. Okay, so I've seen people that are advertising in a Facebook group, and then I'll go to creep them and I can't find anything. I can't get an essence of who they are, right? And that's exactly what you want to create. So not only for engagement, because as we talked, I think we talked about this in week 1, but as your friends and family are commenting on your post, as they're cheering you on, when you ask for them to, do you believe in me? Do you cheer me on? Do you believe I can do this? And they're saying, yes, you can. Yes, you got this. I believe in you. You can do this. As they're commenting, Facebook's little ninjas, little robots, go in there and they say, oh, let's show this to their friends. Let's show this on their news feed. Let's show this to their contacts. So if you don't have your little world up there, then you're blocking your access to your world. Okay, so really easy. It's really easy. There's like an arrow right beside the little world that'll bring the drop-down box and change that setting. So that was one thing I just wanted to make very clear, because I sometimes still have to remind people, like, oh, your post is set to friends only and you're limiting your exposure. So if you don't want to attract your friends and people you don't know yet, then don't pay any attention to what I just said. But if you do, then make sure you do it. Okay, so I talked about this, or I gave a little hint as to this strategy, and it's probably one that I've seen incredible traction with, and it's like a psychological thing. We actually release, Sheila had been talking about the feel-good hormones, right? These feel-good hormones. And we actually release those when we hear the sound of our name, when we say, how are you doing today, David? How are you today, Wanda? Thank you so much for that comment, Evelyn. There's something that's triggered like inside of our heart that just warms up and feels good. Okay, so there's 3 secrets why you want to use people's names when they're commenting, when they say more info, even in the strategies that we show you where you're messaging strangers, right? And it's just random people that you've never met. The simple act of using their name when you're replying in the comments, it builds that rapport. It builds that trust with them. So there's 3 secrets. Number 1, build rapport, right? With whoever you're addressing. Release those feel-good hormones by using their name. Number 2, it builds social proof with whoever is watching it. Okay, so whoever's watching, there's a ton of people that are watching what we're doing, and they might not comment, they might not post, but they're seeing it, right? So the more that you say other people's names, it's like, oh man, Sarah's doing this, David's doing this, Becky's doing this, Rosa's doing this, like all of these different people with different names, and it just builds that social proof around your posts, around your social media. And then secret number 3. Okay, so this is my secret tagging strategy, and I've been testing it for a while, and it works like gangbusters, as Cedric Harris would say. So who wants it? Me. I know you do. I'm going to give it to you. So it's kind of funny though. This is like one of my questions. And we'll talk about this later when we get into Facebook Lives, but who wants it?
Give it to me now, Layla.
Christy knows, right? And so when I'm on Facebook Lives, I'll make people say it, give it to me now. Give it to me, Layla. I want it. And the more that you can get people saying this in any kind of post, in any kind of Facebook Live, in any kind of content, the more valuable it's going to be to them, okay? Because they're saying, yes, I want it. Just like we talked about in the scripts. I don't give my link to anyone. I don't give my presentation to anyone. I don't just send out the video. I say, do you want it? Do you want the training where I show you how we did 94 rank advancements all through Facebook? Do you want it? And then they say, yeah, I want it. I want it. I want it. Rather than just giving something that, diminishes the value. So who wants it? Okay. So to tag without being annoying. Okay. So like we said, the name is powerful. When people read their name, when they see that you're saying their name, it makes them feel good. But there's a couple other different reasons, okay? So when you're saying, thanks, Vanessa, for your comment, actually tagging the person in the comment, okay? Actually, with the @ symbol, right? Doing a tag. You guys know how to do a tag? Everybody know how to do a tag? So it's this little @ button, and then you start typing their name, right? And usually it will pop up. So number one reason why you want to do this, it notifies the person you've tagged, right? So they get a little notificado. That's what we call them, notificados. They get a little red notificado in their Facebook saying, Layla commented on your comment. Layla replied to your comment. So they go check it out. Number two, it shows their friends that they've been tagged, and it puts you on their newsfeed. Now, this is amazing. So when I tag Vanessa, Vanessa's friends will see that Vanessa's been tagged in my post, okay? And then it uses their name to make it interaction, make that personal, right? So typically what I'll do is I will pull up like Vanessa Jester, and I'll just press backspace, and it will delete the last name, because I like to keep things, informal. Just like if I was talking to Vanessa, I wouldn't say, well, thank you so much for your comment, Vanessa Jester. I would say, thanks, Vanessa, you rock. That's awesome. And I just use it in the same language that I'm using it. I just realized that. Never mind. Okay, so this is one you're going to want to pay attention to, okay? Because with Facebook ninjas taking over right now, we want to make sure that we're not annoying people, because some people will build up resistance, right? Especially if they don't feel connected to your story. So these are a couple posts, and just a few that I pulled from the cheat sheet that no one ever gets annoyed with. Okay, no one ever gets annoyed when you do a post about you overcoming a fear. No one gets annoyed with that. When you do a post about falling off the wagon and getting back on again, people don't get annoyed with that. They want to cheer you on. They want to celebrate you. They want to help you if they can. No one gets annoyed with posts about your insecurities and your vulnerability. Okay, so we know how to create posts like this that are talking to our avatar, that are using our sandwich formula, our chicken sandwich, and talking about all of these topics. Questions. Okay, so I put out this question yesterday because I'll let this in on the inner circle, but don't put this on Facebook, because my brother was just asked to play a set for this leadership summit of leaders from around the world. Justin Trudeau and Donald Trump, and so he's going to be playing music for all of them. And so I just put up this question, and it was like, if you could play one song and say one thing to Donald Trump, what would it be? So I didn't voice my own personal opinions, because I don't want to pigeonhole, right? I don't want to be a Trump lover or hater, right? I don't want to fall into that category, but I want to create a conversation. And people love the opportunity to speak. People love the opportunity to share their opinions, their insights, their expertise, their experiences with other people. That's like our human nature. We want to contribute what we know. So asking questions, and I've told you guys this before, a question a day. And I've seen some of you guys actually implementing these questions, and you're getting traction. You're getting people commenting. You're getting people engaging Whereas if you just put up a quote, right, like some quote graphic, then you might not get the response. You might get likes, people might click, the little heart button, but they won't actually give their 2 cents. They won't actually take the time to reply with a comment. Whereas a question, they're almost forced to. It's like our brain, when we're asked a question, we just want to answer. Other people's success stories. Okay, so I was thinking about this today, and I saw Corey's post, and I think Corey's on here. But I saw Corey and her before and after. Let me pull it up. And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, what kind of spin can I put on this story? And I showed you guys Vanessa's post last week with Haley, right? And what kind of spin can I put on, maybe it was it in our group? I don't know where it was, but it was really amazing. But this one's good too. So I have these really emotional moments of the back fat, okay? Trying things on, and like even my bra, feeling uncomfortable in my bra, feeling like nothing I could do could get rid of the rolls on my back. And I would feel so uncomfortable, so insecure in a lot of the dresses and things that I would wear. So I can totally relate. And like the difference there is shocking. It's amazing. It's like, holy heck, that is awesome. So what would I do? Rather than just sharing a before and after, right? Because people will get annoyed no matter how amazing they are, no matter how much we think the products are awesome and they work, and like, how can you not believe this? Look with your eyes what's happening. Even though we are saying that and we're thinking that, people will be like, okay, enough before and afters, enough of that. So when we can bring it to a personal level, we can bring our own connection, like my own story with my bras that wouldn't fit and just like suffocated me. And, I could totally relate to how it would feel to eliminate that and to be losing the back boobs, as I call them. So yeah, other people's stories. People want to also hear that it's not just about you. It's not just you that's losing weight. It's not just you that's feeling amazing. It's not just you that's taking control of your finances. It's not just you that's learning all this amazing stuff from amazing mentors. It's not just you that's here in the boot camp. It's not just you that's having these breakthroughs. It's a collective. And then the underdog story. So we talked about our innate desire to see the underdog win, even if you're for example, I don't know if anybody's a hockey fan, but the Stanley Cup's on right now. And, there's this brand new team that is like their first year in the NHL, and Vegas in the house. And I'm like so bought into that. I'm like, that's amazing. First year as a team, and they're in the NHL finals. Like, that's an underdog story, and I'm rooting for them. Okay. So we don't get annoyed by that. And that's our mission, is to share our stories without being ninjas, without being annoying. So who has used the Curiosity Post cheat sheet? Have you used the Curiosity Post cheat sheet? Do you know where it is? Do you have it downloaded onto your computer? Do you reference it? Have you read the whole entire thing? Have you gone through all 25 posts? Have you yourself actually done all 25 posts? Like, I couldn't even fit them all here. But it honestly gives you a huge reference. And now that you understand the components to a powerful story, now that you understand how to really connect emotionally, how to engage, how to ask questions, you guys can take this cheat sheet and blow it up. Seriously, with every single topic. So if you don't have that yet and you're like, Layla, where is this cheat sheet? How do I get this cheat sheet? It is in the files section of the TTO group. Okay, it's in the files section. And you can download it for free. Okay, so make sure that your team has it so that they know what to post. I definitely suggest, you're just got started, your goals, your order, your shipment coming, all of these things to build that curiosity. So if you don't have that, check it out. Okay, chicken sandwich. So I gave you guys a task last week or actually it was yesterday, to sandwich your TTO testimonial. Okay, so right now we're just gonna pause for a second because I want to hear your 2-minute testimonial, sandwich testimonial. I want to hear some of them. I'm going to call on you guys randomly. So look out. They're like, oh shit. Let me see. Stop share. Come on back. Well, come on back. Hey guys, Maisha's driving. All right. So let's see. Who am I going to call? You know what? I'm going to start right there, smack dab in the middle of my Brady Bunch with Giselle. And I want you to share your sandwich testimonial for TTO, your team testimonial. And let me just make you big.
Oh, there I am. Oh, hi guys. So big. Okay, so the sandwich, we got the burger, we got the chicken, we got the bun, we got the lettuce, we got all the good stuff. But yeah, so I guess before TTO, when I was with my other company, we were struggling a lot. There was a lot of different things that weren't in alignment with the social media marketing and different things, and kind of the tools that we get when we're with TTO. So when Cedric came along and the opportunity came to join with him again and to have a special array of tools, team feeling that you don't get with anybody else, not any other teams in Modere, to be honest with you. They don't have what we have. And so the opportunity to be partnered with him again and to get all the TTO love that we get and we give was something I just couldn't say no to. And so now we got the bun on top. We've got all the extra added things coming in. And Layla, we got you helping everybody too, and so many great team people, just everybody helping each other. And that's the best part, the best feeling. And that's why we are TTO.
Yeah, perfect. See, I love that. The only thing that I would say is I would just put some more spicy mayo on there, really get them feeling that pain of being limited with your ability to market on social media, because that is definitely something that a lot of people can relate to. And not having the training, not knowing what to do, having companies that don't even let you market on social media, don't let you promote on the internet, and really go against it. So yeah, awesome. Thank you, Giselle. Let's see, who am I going to call on next? Just picking people randomly for your sandwich story. Evelyn, you're always smiling. I would like to hear from you. Give me lots of sauce on there. I want it saucy.
Lots of saucy stuff. Well, have you ever considered having to go back to work after you have been off for a long weekend? Have you ever thought about that? Well, that was what I used to dread on the Monday nights after the long weekend. I was thinking, oh my God, back to work, a job that I didn't like, and just not happy with the whole situation. Have you ever felt like that? Well, if you are like this and you're feeling like that still, you should really check out this awesome group that I have joined. If you are looking to make a difference in people's life, you want to help people, you want to get them the results that they really want, you want them to not dread the long weekend, Monday evenings anymore, and you want them to feel how it is to be part of a winning team, like having the opportunity to learn from people that are actually still building a business. They are there right in the trenches with you, and they are like really empowering you, giving you training. And man, there is a community around this. This is just such a different feeling. If this is what you were looking for when you started working online, because I know you are, that's what we're all doing. We're working online. This is what you want. Come and check out this information, and let's just see if it is a fit for you. If it is not, that's okay too.
All right. So I loved your use of questions and that opener of setting the scene of, you know, the Monday night after the long weekend and the dread. That was really engaging, and it kind of pulled me in. I'm like, oh, what does she have to say about this? What's she going to tell me here? And that's exactly what you want in your videos and your emails and your copy, is like, just get me to keep listening, get me to stay involved in what you're sharing. Okay, so I'm going to bring out one more person, then we're going to get back to it. But before I do, or actually after I do, I'm going to give you guys a chance. I'm going to take a screenshot. Earth to TTO, everyone that's hiding behind your cameras. Yeah, fix your hair, Wanda. You look beautiful. Turn your cameras on so I can get a screenshot after here. I see everybody. See your faces popping on there. That's awesome. And I'm going to bring out one more person. So Christy Mancino, give me your sandwich, your TTO sandwich story. Oh, wait, I see Dale and Barb. They're already posing. So maybe we should take a picture. Okay, let's wait. We'll take the picture first.
I wasn't unmuted anyway, so yeah. Let's take a
Okay.
I was like talking and I couldn't hear myself.
Everyone ready? Okay, that was page 1.
Love it.
And here's page 2. You don't know if you're on page 1 or page 2, so just keep going. Okay, perfect. You guys are awesome.
All right. So, okay. So has anybody really like ever tried to market something online and you have friggin' even no idea what to do, or you know that the product can make you money, but you have no idea what to say about it because there's so many like rules and regulations and maybe the SEC breathing down your neck, like what you can say, what you can't say. So you're kind of going out of fear, and you're kind of a little bit inhibited because not only do you not know what to say as like a almost 50-year-old starting, you know, brand new, fresh, but you have all these rules and regulations. Say, okay, I'm just going to put it out there. Say if you are trying to promote crypto and you have no idea what you're allowed to say, what you're not allowed to say, you're maybe worried that other people will think that you're just about the referrals rather than like truly caring about health and wellness and prosperity for other people. You kind of are like in your head and in your heart conflicted and not thinking like this is really right to do because you don't even know what to do. You know, you're out there like all by yourself basically, and it's hard. It's super hard. You feel like in your heart you don't really have anybody that even cares, that even like wants to show you how to do it right. That's what I went through. I struggled for about 6 months, and I knew that people could make money in the industry, but I didn't know how to help them. And I so want to just like help other people while I'm helping myself, but I couldn't even help myself. And that's what was so hard, because I knew I had it in my heart and in my soul to want to help not only myself, but my kid, of course. And that's helping me to be able to be the best mom I can be. But I wanted to help other people too. And it was in an industry that I couldn't even help myself in. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I didn't even have the right coach. And it was hard for me to break away from what I was so excited about. And I thought, oh, there's so much opportunity and there's so many benefits, and we can become like really wealthy in this industry. Yeah, you can, but not unless you know what to do or you have the people behind you. It was really difficult for me because honestly, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any support. I knew that there was a way to do it, but it wasn't being offered, and it wasn't being just, I guess, taught to me, you know, like I was in an industry where I knew that there was so much potential, but nobody was teaching me how to do it correctly. Nobody had that generosity in their heart, or nobody had that, I guess, the ability. Maybe it wasn't them not having the generosity. They just didn't have the ability to teach or mentor, or they weren't as much of a leader as one needs to become successful. And to be able to be in this group of amazing, smart men and women that want to actually not only like help their families, but help the rest of the environment with clean living and health and wellness, it's just amazing. And then to have the Black family, the little Black clan, Layla, you know, in the front, you know, running with everybody, and Toby in the back, just like getting all the click funnels and everything together in one, just cohesive, you know, group. I mean, it's just, it gives me chills because they are living the life and they are leading by example. And it's just like, I have a huge lump in my throat because I'm finally in a true like atmosphere that you can feel it, you know, it's true, and you know, it's honest. And I live an honest, upfront life. Everybody who knows me knows that I wear my emotions right on my sleeve. And I wouldn't be with somebody that didn't have the same ideals and the same morals and the same values and the same vision. And that's why I'm so happy to be partnered with the Little Black Clan and all of you wonderful people out there. So yeah, it makes a huge difference to be connected and to have that cohesive feeling in your heart that you are being true to yourself, you're being true to your team, and you're being true to the world. And I just love it. And I just commend the Black family for what they're doing. And I just appreciate it so much. Love you guys.
Yeah. Awesome. And I think that, you know, we can, that little story, picking pieces out of it, the fact of getting excited about something because we see the potential, we see the money, right? A lot of us got started because we saw the money. We saw like this income potential in this industry that was far beyond anything we'd ever seen. And we are attracted to the money, but we can relate because once you get in, it's like, well, how the heck do I do this? Like, is this really what I'm passionate about? Is this really my purpose here to focus on the money? And so it's really powerful that you could share that perspective of seeing the opportunity and now truly feeling it, you know, the difference there.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. Do I see a couple more faces? I see some new faces. So I'm going to take one more screenshot just because I'm a copy and paste kind of girl. And I'll put your faces in there. I'll pick the best one. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Tamara, you were all blurry in that one. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I said Tamara again, but I meant Tamara. Okay. Page 2. That's Pat. That's you. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Got you. Oh, I like that Dave and Tara are in separate rooms here. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's get back into it. So you guys could see the sandwich model in action. You can see it working. I've seen it in your posts already. I've seen you guys using it. The one thing that I would just give you some critique is that moment. Because what you're asking, that moment of decision when you decide to make a change, the moment when you say, enough is enough. I am making a choice. I am choosing a path. I have made a decision. You really want to emphasize that point because you're asking your audience to make that decision. You're asking your audience to relate with the pain, right? And then choose something different. Choose this top bun that's so amazing, right? So we really want to put that emotion in there, like that moment when you were at your computer and you got a message from Layla Black and everything in your head said, you know, oh, should I do this? You questioned it, but you just followed your gut and you made that decision. And when you can show that you were decisive, that you were instinctive on that decision, that you followed your gut, you will inspire them to do the same. Awesome. Okay, let's keep going. And then the underdog story. Okay, so always talking about your come up. kind of like where you started from. That's the big thing. Like Evelyn talked about the Monday nights, right? Talking about your come up story. Okay. Alert ninja strategy. You guys want to take your selfies? This is a good one because people will look at it and they'll be like, what? How do I do that? Want to see an untapped market where people are seeking what you sell. They're looking for it. They are ready to buy. They are eager and hungry. Yes, Layla, we want to see that. Okay, cool. Okay, so this strategy is so powerful. And I think I got Jennifer here to share it with you or share some of her experiences. I'm going to give you a couple pointers, okay? Who is part of a Facebook buy and sell? If you're not yet, I suggest you join one, especially in your hometown. So my teeny little town of Brantford has like 4 or 5 buy and sells for people selling stuff, people buying stuff. And here you can see Jennifer in Tucson. And we also extend. So I know Crystal Powell has a post in Ancaster. So it's like a city like that's an hour away from us. And she's inside that buy and sell. So I definitely suggest go to Facebook, type buy and sell or anything and everything. These are the typical names that you get. And these are people looking to buy and sell their goods. Couple tips, read the rules and the description. Okay, Jennifer's already been kicked out of a couple. There's some where you have to specifically say the product name or you can't be like elusive. Some of them you can only post your businesses on Fridays. Like some of them have really weird rules. So you have to take the initiative to read the rules. Story posts work. And for me, I find that they make you stand out. They make you stand out from the average, pill, potion, lotion stuff being sold, baby clothes and things like that. When you can really engage them in the story. So here, the one that Jennifer had at the top here that had 167 comments. You guys see that? 167 comments in this group. And she started it off with a story. So she was telling the story of the woman in the before and after about her heart rate and her blood pressure and how it dropped. Graphics are key. I am a big believer, though, in getting permission or asking if you're allowed to share this. I don't know. Sometimes I just like to respect people because if it's like their body, it's their love handles. It's, just like to ask them like, hey, can I share this? And most people will say yes, unless they're, the person that doesn't want to share it. And then good thing you asked. So yeah, I usually get permission. And in our team group, and I suggest that you guys kind of put together a file of before and afters, really powerful ones. And we have so many in our team, in the Customer Connect group that you can pull from, and you can actually use people that we know. See, this is how one of the really powerful strategies that we use for the buy and sell is my team will use my before and after. So they'll post me up there. And then when they bring me in for the 3-way chat to close that customer, they already know me. They're like, oh, that's the girl from the picture. This is real, right? That adds that realness to it. So that is just one little ninja tip. And then a call to action. So PM me, so send me a private message or type info. I like to keep it simple, right? People don't want to type a whole bunch of words in a buy and sell. They don't want to type out a sentence. Info usually works really well. And go slow. Okay, so here we've learned the hard way by getting ourselves into Facebook jail a few times, right, Jennifer? To go slow. So she would have posts that were blowing up in these buy and sells with hundreds of comments, hundreds of people requesting, and going through each one, bam, 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 replying, landed her in Facebook jail. So you want to try and keep everything natural with Facebook, replying to a few and then coming back to it. in like an hour and a half an hour, replying to a few and then coming back to it. I do want, let me just see here. Are we in the next one? Okay. Before we go to that, I just want to bring out, Jennifer. Jennifer, are you here? Jennifer, are you in the building? Are you here?
I am.
Awesome. Okay. Let me see. We're going to find you. Oh, there you are. Okay. Jennifer, just share your personal experience with this strategy, because we started testing it and tweaking it maybe like 2.5 months ago. We ran into some issues at first, but now it's really cranking for you. And I just wanted you to share a little bit of your experience in the buy and sells.
So what I'm learning with the buy and sell groups is that if I post a story that they can relate to, like with Carrie's story, and I asked for her permission, by the way, to share her story. But with her story, she had fibromyalgia and high blood pressure, and with her losing a lot of weight, it actually helped to, and a lot of people can relate to that. So most of my customers, actually all of my customers, are from my buy and sell posts. And they can relate to it because they are having that similar problem. And every time I message them, I ask them what their weight goals are. What are they struggling with? And they're struggling with the same thing that, Carrie has on her posts, and how can this help me, and things like that. So I found that type of post blows up a lot when they can relate to the story, when they can relate to what Carrie was, struggling with, and this could help me with my blood pressure, get me off my meds, get, pain go away, or, things like that. So that's what I found. I did some other test posts where I didn't tell a story. I just said, look at my teammates' results and PM me for information, and I had 0 hits on it. So telling the story, I think, works. They do relate to that. And like I said, most of my customers are struggling with what Carrie was.
Right. So since we are now ninja storytellers, right, we have an advantage. We don't just tell a story, but we know how to sprinkle that secret sauce on, how to sprinkle all of the pain and the struggle that's going to relate with that audience. And we've tested it. We've tested more, like, I guess, promotional posts, like, the best weight loss system or the easiest weight loss system. We've tested all of these different strategies and scripts, and by far the best performing is the story post. So what would be some things that you can advise that don't work?
Not to do?
Yeah.
Like not to, well, like you said, we did go into Facebook jail. So don't go fast when you're responding, because you will go to jail. I went to jail for about a week. And my 167 post was the one where I went to jail on. On the second post, I went a lot slower. So I would, respond like to a couple within the next, 10 to 15 minutes apart from each other. So don't do that. Don't go to Facebook jail, because that sucks. And I wouldn't post anything that doesn't tell a story. I think, like, from our last 90-day launch, when you're saying tell that story, because they do relate to it. There's so many people that relate to it, and so many people that are struggling with their weight and are on medication, and they really would like the help. They don't know where to get it from. And like I said, with the post, with something that they're struggling with, they can relate to, they respond a lot quicker.
Awesome. Definitely. Can you tell us what to say once someone asks for info? Yeah. So just like Jennifer was saying, you want to build that rapport. We'll talk about that when we get into the cheat sheet. So in the buy and sells, we're basically just looking for customers. We're looking for product users. We're telling product stories. So the same way that if somebody responded to your curiosity post, right, and they said, can you send me, what is this? Tell me about it. I would message them. I'd say, hey, Pat, I saw your comment for more info. Tell me a little bit about your goals. Tell me a little bit about your struggles. Tell me what your health goals are, and just ask questions. Just figure out how you can relate, find their problems and the solutions. We'll talk a little bit more about this when we get to our next segment. So yeah, Facebook buy and sells are huge. And one ninja tip, and actually David talks about this in his cheat sheet that he has put together for us, is quality over quantity. Okay, so finding these posts, like that post that Jennifer had 167 comments. She goes back to that post frequently, okay, and goes back to engage back in the comments, to even like in the comments replying to someone saying, hey, did you get that message I sent to your inbox? I sent it over. Did you receive it? That simple act of asking a question and tagging them if you're able to. I think you can only tag friends. I'm not 100% sure, but I tag whenever I can. So if their name pops up for a tag, I'm tagging their name. And I say, hey, Wendy, I sent you that video. Did you get it? Did you watch it yet? Did you get it? Did you see it? Did it come through? Did it make it? And just bumping that post right back to the top of the buy and sell. Okay, so and often what we'll do as in my private team is we will support each other's buy and sells. We'll support each other's posts. So I remember, who was it? I think it was actually Jennifer that had like a negative Nancy on one of her comments. And she's like, hey guys, I've got these negative comments coming in. Can you guys come on in this group and help me out and build some social proof? And just blew that post up. So yeah, working as a tribe, which we'll talk about in a second. So let's go back. Get out of here. Okay. So before we move on to a marketing strategy that I've never taught outside my personal team, it's important for us to remember our avatar. Every single time you open your mouth to speak on Facebook, I want you to remember your avatar. Okay, so what are the pains and the struggles and the experiences of your avatar? And I'm going to hit this home. I'm going to try and drill it into your brains to understand how to speak their language. So the struggling networker. This is one that I talk to every single day. Every day I am talking to Janine, my struggling networker. And I know she's failed. I know that her friends and family laugh at her. I know that she's wasted tons of money. She probably has credit card debt for the last big thing that she bought. I know that they don't feel good enough about themselves because they've struggled so much in the past. I know that they don't have confidence in their ability to get sales. They've never built a big team. They don't trust the industry. They still have a dream, but they're burnt out and broken. So what value content can I provide to my avatar? A Facebook Live, right? And I see people, they'll do Facebook Lives, about, oh, I'm going for a walk today, or, oh, I'm at the baseball game, or, oh, I'm at a music concert. And that's cool. People want sprinkles of your life as well. But they want to know how it's going to help them. They want to know why they're spending their precious moments on your Facebook Live. They want to know what's in it for them. What's in it for them? Okay, so value content. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to share with you guys a strategy in network marketing and advertise your business groups. MLM, home-based business. If you guys search this on Google or on Facebook, you will find a gazillion different groups. And I will actually share with you guys some of the groups that we are in as a team. We kind of move as a collective as well, creating, like I talked to you guys before about that empty dance floor. Happened again yesterday. We were at an outdoor festival out on the native reservation. And there's every time I've done an event on the reserve with the natives, it's a tough crowd, like getting people to engage, getting people to answer you, getting people to raise their hand. It's really, really challenging. So here was this like Juno award winning, they sell out huge stadiums, this amazing DJ band is playing this free show in a park out on the reserve. And I had just seen them 2 days before, and there was a sea of people dancing and jumping and excited. And then out there last night, there was like nobody. Everybody was still sitting on the lawn and not really doing anything. So what did me and my sister do? We're like, well, we're going to the front. Like I am right here in front of one of my favorite groups, and I'm going to the front, even if I'm the only one there. So we went to the front, started dancing like crazy, the only ones in the front of this concert. And then what happened? I was like, look back like 10 minutes later, I was like, see, we did it again. That empty dance floor syndrome. Okay. So when you can have a tribe working in these groups with you, you can eliminate the empty dance floor syndrome. And one person comments, it can have like this trickle effect. So if you go into these groups, these network marketing, home-based business, advertise your business, get more leads, online marketing, internet marketing, all these groups, you will see a whole lot of action on the walls that doesn't get any traction. If you scroll through, you'll see tons of posts that have zeros, 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 zeros. And what happens when I see a zero? I keep scrolling. What happens when I see 88 comments on a post? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna check that out. All right, I'm gonna take a look at this. Who's that talking? Who's commenting? Oh, actually, I know that guy. Yeah, so it piques your interest. So who is in these groups? What are they trying to get here? Why did they join that group? What problems do they have? Okay, so I'm gonna actually, let me pull it out here. I'm gonna pull up your cheat sheet. Oh, someone's chatting. Spammers, I'm getting this. Yeah, it's mega zero, Gail. It's mega zero. Okay, David, are you in the house? So we worked on this, well, it's David's stuff, but I put it into a nice little fancy cheat sheet for you. Into the recruiting process from spammy groups. But Dave, if you just want to come out here and share a little bit on your experiences, because that was your post, and I've seen your post blowing up since we taught this strategy in the team training, and I've seen some work really well and some work not so well. So we want to learn from your experience, since you've been out there doing it day in and day out, connecting with people in the inbox, and your process.
I think timing. I mean, with results that I've gotten, I've learned that certain times not to post into groups. I mean, I've posted around the clock. You know, I've posted in the morning. I've posted late at night, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, just whenever, just to test it out to see what kind of results I would get. I'm pretty much in all the groups that's out there, and I've posted in pretty much all of them to see what kind of results I can get from each group. This group here that's in your slide is the ones I get a lot of results on, and I think that there's a lot more results can be gotten from that group. It just depends on how you word things, because people, they do notice your posts, and they start to see how you're writing your post and see what you're doing. So you always are constantly have to change and recreate your posts and being creative in how you're asking those questions. And there's 3 things that I do in a post like this that gets people pretty much results every single time. If I ask a question, like if I hit a pain point, I call it a pain point, something that that person may be struggling with in their business. And, you know, I ask, like, for example, you know, not enough people to talk to, and then put a question mark, or like, you know, did you not know sales last month? Like I try to like think of real things that actually happen to people and their businesses, and then I ask a question with it. So then they see it and they're like, oh, that's me. And then they say, hey, and then I give a little like a solution or like a result of something that's like, and they put 2 and 2 together and like, hey, and then at the very end I say a call to action, like ask for, you know, if you put more info or how or anything like that. But I have been starting to ask people to PM me because I went to Facebook jail too. And for that, it was the same thing. I was going through the comments way too fast, and I got, I guess, a little overzealous and posted into way too many groups. And those, like, it was like 3 days nonstop of like responding to people's comments and like, you know, chatting with people in the messenger. And so you don't want to overwhelm yourself and like burn yourself out by doing it. So you want to like, you know, work on one group or a couple groups and just kind of test it out and see where you're at, and then try to, you know, start conversations with people. I think that's the most important part of the whole group marketing thing, is not just putting a post out there and getting results like that, but starting conversations with people, meaningful conversations where if you have any knowledge at all whatsoever about internet marketing or how to help them in their business, like give it to them, anything you know. And then also share what we have. And if you don't know how to do anything, and if you're new to the internet, you can you know, share the webinar that we have available. So things like that people are looking for, and the way you word it too, the way that, you know, you just don't like talk to somebody and then just slam them with the link. You preface it in a way where they want to look at the link. You know, hey, I'm interested. I want to look at the link. And I go as far as like I tell them exactly how long it is and everything. So they're aware of what they're going to face. So they watch it more because they know like how long it's going to be. So those are some ways that I use with group marketing. Some people might think that it doesn't work. It's not that it doesn't work. It takes just patience, and it takes a lot of time, talking to a lot of people. You might not recruit someone in your first 5 or 10 conversations that you have. But for me, I recruited, when I first started, I recruited the first person out of 150 people, which really, in this industry, is really not that bad. If you think about it, it's really not that bad. It could be better, but I mean, if that was the worst case scenario, it's not bad. So, but I've learned not to copy and paste. That's what you don't want to do. You never want to copy and paste in the messenger any links. If that person PMs you though, and then they start the conversation up, it's different than you sending them that, because Facebook tracks what you do. They can see that you're commenting or sending that person a message. They can see what you're pasting. They can track to see that you're pasting the same thing over and over. And there's not literally like a human being standing behind a computer watching you. It's all software running in the background watching your moves. So if you space things apart, like Jennifer was saying, Layla said an hour, but never, you know, just 10 in a row, boom, 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 like links after links. You will go to Facebook jail if you do that. So, but space it apart. If you do decide to send someone a message from your end, space them apart. But if they send it to you, it's not the same. It's not the same. And then I'm always screening my friends, because I figure that this whole, you know, marketing in network marketing groups like that, there's a lot of like-minded people. So I was able to take this Facebook this account that I had, which was not really many people on it, and grow it to where I'm at now, because I was able to, you know, look through each profile and find out how, you know, the people look at their avatar, and then look at, you know, what they have in their profile, if it's open, and what they have, and then friend them, and then build the relationship with that person even further. So those are some things I'm really, really excited about looking at your cheat sheet, because I know what I wrote, but I wanted to see what you did with this.
Sorry, I turned it off. I'm like, where's my unmute button? I can't find it. So thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, I put it in a cheat sheet, just your process, so that we could have it in sort of a step-by-step sequence. You know, I love my sequences. And then how to follow up. So you talked about that. What did you like best? I think I learned that question from Cedric Harris. The ultimate closer. Not what did you think about it? But what did you like best? What did you like best about that training? And I just ask people, are you ready to get started? Because if they've watched my full webinar, if they told me they really love it and like that's exactly what they've been looking for, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited, there's nothing else I need to say. Are you ready to get started? And then if they don't want to join, like some people, yeah, they love their Mary Kay or A1. They're like, well, I don't really want to join your company. I just want to learn to get training. Well, we have a lot of free resources. Some I'm going to plug you guys into today to give to them. Well, you know what? Here's a free cheat sheet that you can have access to without joining my team. And let's keep in touch. I want to see you succeed in your journey. I want to stay connected and cheer on fellow entrepreneurs. And that's probably one of the most powerful things, is when you can give them value, even if they don't want to join right now, or if they're not ready to jump companies or whatever, they're still living on the dream that this nail polish business is going to pan out for them. Then, you know, we just stay connected. We friend them. We keep giving them value, and we always have something new to talk about, right? Next month, we have this boot camp. The recordings are going to be packaged into a full course. So no longer are we talking about the boot camp, but we're still talking about the boot camp, because why is it going to be so powerful to leverage this boot camp later? Is because we're going to have the entire team's testimonials of how amazing it was. Their whole sandwich stories of, and we're going to do this on week 5 is going to be the actual boot camp testimonial. So I want you to think of your sandwich stories of the boot camp, right? We have a sandwich story for everything. It's like, before I learned the ninja marketing, what were you doing wrong? What pain were you having? What struggles were you having on social media? Were you getting comments? Were you getting engagement? Was anybody sharing your stuff? The moment on the boot camp, you decided, okay, I'm going to learn from someone that knows what they're doing. I'm going to learn from someone that's done this before. And then the moment after, right? How you feel after you're done the boot camp. So we're going to have all these awesome testimonials to talk about this social media training, this ninja Facebook boot camp that so many people will be saying was amazing, that you can leverage to your new team members. That's going to be packaged in the team site for them to just go through when they join. So pretty cool. And then what's next? Adding the value to your timeline, liking and commenting on their posts. So this is like a huge tip that I don't know why people don't do it. But when you comment and like people's posts, like people in your past companies, people that you've worked with before, not, hey, look at my stuff, but actually genuinely showing that you're interested in what they're doing, guess what? They're probably going to go creep your wall. They're probably going to be like, oh man, I haven't seen Teresa for years. She just commented on my stuff. I'm going to go check out what she's doing, right? Because what happens if somebody comments on my post that I haven't connected with in years? I'm going to go check them out. I'm going to go creep them and see what they're up to. So when you're the one that's out there actively engaging, liking their stuff, commenting, oh my gosh, that looks like an amazing trip. Is that your first time there? I always ask questions in comments too, so that I can create a dialogue, because everything is about dialogue. So rather than saying, if somebody puts up a post of, their vacation, rather than just saying, oh, that looks amazing, I would say, oh, that looks amazing. Have you ever been there before? Is that your first time? Or I would say, oh my gosh, I have been to that beach. What did you like best? Or what's been your favorite part of the trip? And just get people talking in the comments. Super ninja. But yeah, so reaching out to old contacts, but then giving them time, just giving people time and constantly adding value. The more that you can be answering those problems and those pains of that struggling networker in that group, the best, the better it is. So the scripts and the training and everything, this cheat sheet is going to be available for you guys in the group, so you can check that out. Let's go back. Let's go back here. Okay, value. I just want you to think about this for a second. What value do you have to offer a brand new person that signs up in your team? And if you can't instinctively answer, if you can't say, well, you know, I'm an amazing connector, I'm really good at helping people understand their blocks, I'm really consistent, I am a big cheerleader, I plug them in, I stay connected to everything. If you can't instinctively respond to what your value is, then you need to sit in that place for a little bit longer, okay? You need to ask yourself, why would someone join my team? And next week, we're going to be talking all about how to stack up the value in someone joining you as opposed to someone joining John Melton and Nadia, okay? So that's exactly what we want to do. So if you look at my videos on, this is on my fan page, you will see that there is value here, okay? Even if someone doesn't join my team, even if someone doesn't buy my course or hire me as a coach or consultant, I am still teaching them things they want to know, okay? So this is the 3 tips to get more engagement on your social media posts. It's really simple, and it's all stuff that I've taught you guys already, okay? So you know all of those tips. You could deliver that training. You yourself have that value, okay? You have absorbed it from me. So understanding that it doesn't always have to be something that you invented, right? These tips that you invented, it's things that you've learned, things that you've read, things that you've heard, things that you've implemented, and things that you've tested and you know that they work, okay? So going back to value, when I share things in a Facebook group, right, full of struggling networkers, and I share a post that says, struggling to get comments on your Facebook lives, which most people are, and then I share that video. I'm not selling anything, I'm not pitching anything, I am simply teaching them something that they want to know, okay? So it's key. Okay, ninja strategy. This is going to be awesome, okay? Want to know how to take my knowledge, my experience and training, and leverage it to grow your business. Yes, you want to know that, yeah. Okay, we're going to get to that. Oh, I think that's wrong. What's happening here?